Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit down because today we're talking about... You guys see that Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight? On Netflix, it was buffering the whole time. It was buffering the entire time. You know, the big fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson is come and gone. Jake Paul won. He beat a man who's 60 years old. A living legend. Mike Tyson's been retired since 2005, but yet he looked like a madman. You know, he looked in fantastic shape. He had a weird, sad little speech where he's just like, I can get in shape, but I can't fight nobody no more.
I got the ability to stay in shape, but I don't got the fighting guts, I don't think, anymore.
For him to even be in there was a major achievement, and Mike Tyson should be proud. And also, you got to see his ass, where he kissed a guy, and then he walked away, and his big ass cheeks were walking through. And the cameraman zoomed right in on those puppies. It was nice. But it did make me think. I was like, you know what would be kind of fun is younger people fight even older people. Could we get an 8-year-old versus a 90-year-old? Could you get a 5-year-old versus a 103-year-old hospice patient? Would that not be fun?
That would be a really good combat sport now. The old versus the young.
Oh, dude, that's what I'm saying. Battle of the Ages is what you call it. Battle of the Ages. Is that not good?
You could have a diaper league.
The diaper wars. You have a fucking 4-year-old who still pisses himself, and then you have like a 102-year-old woman. I mean, I would watch that in a heartbeat. Battle of the Ages, the diaper wars. It's the first saga. Dana White, come at me, give me a check, buddy. Let's make it together. Am I right? And that also led my mind to think about all of the other insane sports fighting events out there that are much, much funner than boxing. Boxing, right now, is a joke. It's a joke. It's an absolute goddamn travesty. It's a joke. It's an absolute goddamn travesty. It is a joke. One boxing guy who's just like, beat his ass.
Today's video is sponsored by Fume, the leaders in flavored air. I've got my fair share of bad habits, and I'm sure you have yours. But when it's time to quit, you need Fume! Fume is an award-winning flavored air device that helps you fill the void when you're ditching a bad habit. Black Friday and Cyber Monday are just around the corner. Why not get a deal on a healthy alternative? The best part is, Fume is not a vape. There's no vapor, which means you can use it anywhere. Yay! Plus, there's no nicotine, no toxic flavors, and no batteries involved. And Fume is meant to fidget with. With satisfying snaps and clicks, Fume is here to calm you down when you're feeling anxious. Fume is super easy to use, tasty, and highly satisfying. If you're thinking of giving Fume a try, there's no better time than now. Head over to tryfume.com/PapaMeat and use my code PapaMeat to get in on this amazing Black Friday Cyber Monday deal. Buy one journey pack and get the second for 70% off. Plus, be entered to win a gold-plated Fume. Go ahead, scan the QR code on screen and grab your offer today. Thanks, Fume, for sponsoring the video. Back to the video.
I mean, this is the same kind of shit, though, where it's just celebrity boxing is kind of taking over. You know, last year it was Dylan Dennis and Logan Paul. Do you remember that happening? Does anyone even remember that, right? Who's KSI fighting next? Who cares? Right? All I know is I want more extreme sports to be at the front and center. And that's why today I'm going to be an advocate for some of these wacky endeavors. So let's get into it. Medieval combat sports. Now you would think that medieval combat sports we're talking about historically, they're still happening today. Okay? Historical medieval battles or medieval MMA is essentially mixed martial arts, but with competitors fully dressed in knight's armor and equipped with medieval weapons. Swords, axes, maces, or they probably some fucking horses riding around. It's pretty sick. This became popular sports like Buhurt.
Buhurt?
Where players would participate in battles that ranged from 1v1 duels to massive field battles between two large teams. It's the guy who was doing LARPing got in shape and he actually just wanted to kick someone's ass. And that's pretty much how that evolved. And it actually looks pretty sick. Also, some of the things, like people hitting each other with hammers over their head, even if you have a helmet on, my God. The goal is to knock your opponents down, as the knight is disqualified when he makes 3 points of contact with the ground. This can be done by throwing someone down, tripping them, or beating them until they submit. You will see people literally just hammer someone down until they're just like... The knight version of Tap Out is a much more grueling game, it seems. And according to Australian Medieval Combat Federation National Marshals, you're not supposed to hit anybody at the back of the knee, the back of the neck, or the feet, and the groin, obviously. So they're just like, no cheap shots, dude. If you're gonna fucking make this stupid dickhead in a knight outfit fall down, at least do it with grace and decorum. In Buhurt, people may use weapons ranging from hatchets to pole axes, which promote different strategies to overwhelm your opponent. Yeah, you know what's kind of fucked up with this? So you can't do this at the Speedway, dude, with Toyota banners in the background. Can we not at least meet up in a forest? You know what I mean? Can we not meet up in a park? I mean, the boxing ring thing, that's funny. Right outside a Speedway track. Give me some nature, dude. You at least put a fucking cardboard cutout of a castle. Maybe even a guy walking around like a dragon cosplay outfit. Like a furry dude. I'm just saying, spice it up a bit, dude. If you're gonna go medieval, what the f are you doing? So slowly walk towards each other.
We'll have some good fights here, guys.
Oh. God, that's what I'm saying is that even though you're still wearing a helmet, you know how bad it would hurt to get fucking smashed in the head? I mean, like, we talk about CTE, like, medieval MMA is going to get you there. The armor itself can become incredibly expensive to purchase, some totaling upwards to $5 grand for your own custom set. $5,000 to get your own pair of armor. Honestly, I mean, it's expensive. Worth. For a custom pay, it's made for you. Are you kidding me? What's that? Oh, I wear that.
Blacksmith making that? That's a lot of time.
Oh my God, yeah. And I say, yeah, I know. I became friends with the blacksmith. He makes my armor. That's just a fucking cool conversation to have. Now you have something to talk about in your life. M1 Global, which is a Russian-based MMA league, further popularized the sport by introducing medieval battles as a filler between competitive matches. I would immediately be like, just keep playing that. This became such a popular event that M1 Global created a new division called M1 Medieval in order to put more of a spotlight on medieval combat sports. And I love that. See, exactly. They're just like, people are they're clicking off when we get to the real fight. There are still rules that apply, such as no stabbing, arm locks, or striking of the neck, spine, feet, or ankles. And to finish an opponent, you must strike them 3 times while on the ground. You just have to fucking smash someone's head in 3 times. Ah! 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 There are a few famous moments from the event, like an especially brutal KO from 2016 when a man was thrown to the ground and punched in the head 8 times. 8 times. You just need 3. He did 8. Being in the boxing ring here, I don't know why, it feels natural. It actually feels like a gladiator match is why. Oh, there he goes. We said punching, he is shield bashing this man 8 times in the head. I just want to say that. One of the biggest medieval tournament events is the Battle of Nations World Championship, which has been running since 2009 and often includes members from various countries. The events consist of large-scale battles that range from 5v5 up to 25v25, as well as a free-for-all last-man-standing event, much like the movie Role Models. Gotta crown a king somehow. See, that's the thing, is that you wouldn't give somebody a fucking belt, you give them a crown. How sick is that, dude? You're the heavyweight guy and you're the king of heavyweight.
Like a raid, a WoW raid.
It is like a WoW raid, dude. I wanted the Illidan blades and I want to fucking beat someone to death with them and then be crowned the king of medieval MMA. Or we can move on to Card-Jutsu. Card-Jutsu is essentially Brazilian jiu-jitsu that takes place inside of a parked car. I love that. Viv Mikhev, who holds a PhD in mathematics and black belt in both Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Judo, created the sport in 2020 with his friends. That seems like the wrong time. 2020, and you're in a confined space. They're just like, we need to be apart. He's like, I say we all just hop in the Camry. He stated, quote,
I came up with the idea of doing competitive grappling in vehicles. Since October of 2020, my friend and I run a small tournament of Card-Jutsu to study the aspects of Jiu-Jitsu application in such a confined space.
You cannot try to rationalize. He's like, we actually did it for technique purposes of rolling around the Corolla was just kind of, it made more sense. I think you guys just wanted to record yourself beating the shit out of each other in the car, which, more power to you. It's extremely funny. Both fighters start with their seatbelts fastened. That helps with the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well. Once the round begins, they can unbuckle and attempt to submit their opening move. And you can travel any part of the car and use anything inside of it to pin your opponents. You can even use the seatbelt to choke fighters out. How does that pertain to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? The guy is immediately, he's just like,
Well, you use the buckle and you wrap it around his neck and then pull up like that. And he could tear his ACL.
You tear his ACL while choking him?
Yes, but for the Brazilian, the judo side of it.
It's like, that cannot be correct. And to win, you must beat your opponent in the best of 3. If the score is tied 1-1, there's a special final round that starts with both fighters in the back seat, lasting 4 minutes. This is quickly turning to gay sex.
When the match starts, they unbuckle and engage.
You play 7 minutes in heaven in your Nissan Pathfinder with your opponent. This is relatively new sport that is growing very slowly. They have an official YouTube channel where you can go and watch the championship matches. It's extremely funny. I would really recommend. So, there you go. Go there. Pretty funny.
I'm not sure what's happening. He's either dragging Faust deeper into the car or Faust is shrimping his way over to the other seat.
Choke your mom with your seatbelt while she's driving. That's car jutsu. Pretty fun. New Battle of the Ages. Battle of the Ages is going to be applicable to almost all of these. In this one, old person driving, can't drive, senile. Baby in the booster seat starts there. They both unbuckle while the car's moving, though. I like that. Or we can do the World Freak Fight League. This one seems a little more mean-spirited. The World Freak Fight League is MMA, but with fighters with large gaps in skill and weight class. It seems to be more for entertainment value, as the matchups can be quite ridiculous. We're not really going for skill here, all right? We're not taking it as serious as car jutsu. We're just here to romp around and just see what we can do, get in a little trouble. And in one case, Eddie Hall, who won the World's Strongest Man competition in 2017, got in the ring to fight the Nafati brothers, two famous TikToker twins. If you saw the image of this was kind of circulating around. It's obnoxious. I think they're 4'8", and then Eddie Hall's like 6 foot, I don't know, 6 or something. He's huge.
Who won?
I wonder who won, yeah. At one point, Eddie Hall effortlessly picks up and power bombs one of them while tanking hits. Basically, the guy's just saying,
And here we go in the replay.
He just like,
Lifting up on a pile driver.
and another wild freak show fight matchup showcases a woman fighting against a man about 400 pounds heavier than her. This is a natural progression, I think, of the freak show. Just physical violence, dude. Put him in the fucking ring. Let him fight. And much like car jutsu, there's also phone booth boxing. Phone booth boxing is exactly what it sounds like. Two boxers step into a phone booth and go at it until someone goes down or gives up. You just beat the shit out of someone in a phone booth. And whoever's just like, okay, God. It was popularized in Russia and has loose guidelines as far as weight classes, resulting in odd body matchups. I think they're just kind of like, we're going to sit down an Excel sheet, just put your name on it. You know, we have no real requirements. I will say it is funny how almost all of these are all just Russian. Russians are just like, I want to beat someone up. We're very bored. There's nothing to do. One of our main city looks like Candyland. What city is that? Is that Moscow? Is that Moscow? I love it. Why have we not done it? There's none of that here in America, right? Not that I can think of. I bet you there's some in like some random town in like Nebraska. What the fuck is this? Punch Club, the Russian organization that hosts phone booth boxing, also runs Punch Fall, which is just bare knuckle fighting on top of shipping containers. They are above the pool water, so it is safe.
But what if there's alligators?
Is there alligators in Russia?
Import them.
Bears.
Bears in the water.
Yeah. Bears in the water, and they're fucking hungry. You don't give them food for like 2 weeks, and they're just angsty and mad. And then just for the fuck of it, you throw like 6 or 7 things of like Red Bull down in there, and, like, and their eyes all shrink, and they're like, and they're just like, great fight, it's a Punch Fall. We upload this to YouTube's. Or we can talk about comedy, which is not Bobbity, which I thought it was for a second, from Dragon Ball Z. Comedy is a team-based sport that is speculated to have originated from prehistoric times and has official rules set in India in the 20th century around 1923. Pretty sure that's when Gandhi was around. Was Gandhi a part of comedy? Maybe. Hurt no animals. Every living person. But when it comes to comedy, I will break every man, woman, and child's hands with my sheer strength. No! Comedy is a fast-paced game between two teams of 7 people playing for the duration of 40 minutes. And comedy is a sport similar to tag, where one player on offense will run onto the opponent's side of the court and tag as many players as possible. It's like a version of tag rugby without the ball. Pure physical chaos. Slap comedy, however, is an alternative version of the game from Pakistan that simply consists of 2 players slapping each other on the chest. I know people have seen this. I remember because every time someone stumbles upon it, this is their first reaction. They're like looking at it, they're like, because it is funny, they just do. They do a Hulk smash jump on him, you know what I mean? They do, it looks like Captain America in Avengers Endgame. When he has a shield. Did you go to the movie theater and everyone applauded and they cried? Me too, man. Oh, if I could go back and watch Endgame in theaters again for the first time, right, Nick?
Could you imagine that was 5 years ago?
Can I imagine it? Well, I'm in hell every day because it's getting farther and farther away. Dude, how about that sick moment where all the boss bitches are just like, I don't give a f***, I'm gonna take down these aliens. And they hop in the trench and then there's 12-foot tall aliens, but yet they punch them in the face and it does anything? That a human woman would be able to do that?
Well, they're skilled. The Black Widow, she died.
No, Scarlet Widow. Scarlet.
She died. She jumped off.
Whatever. Both players are unable to run or dodge. When the time is up, the victor of the round goes to the person that got the most slaps in, or if an opponent forfeits, which let me tell you, they never do. I don't even know how they keep track. Who has a clicker? Is there a guy who's just like, You know, like you see people entering in like an auditorium and the guy's like 1, 2, 3, 4. I like to imagine they have 2 of those and they're just like. Or we could talk about Epic Fighting Championship. Epic Fighting Championship is another Russian-based MMA league that features normal MMA fighters, but also includes completely random fights matchups without any regard for weight class. So you probably got a very tiny guy, super fat guy versus 3 women, you know, women versus out of shape older man. That's the guy who put all the synthol in his arms versus an old Mongolian man. A Russian alcoholic versus Mini Hulk. It's similar to the other one, but it's notable enough to be different, so I just wanted to put it in here. Let's just say you're just like, these are also fucking primitive and beneath me. I need something that is intelligent. Masters of the mind, body and mind. Well, you might be signing up for chess boxing. Chess boxing mixes the brutality of boxing with the high IQ mental stimulation that is chess. It's like watching Queen's Gambit and Fight Club at the same time. 2 players get into a boxing ring equipped with a chessboard in the center. Both players go 11 rounds, alternating between playing chess and boxing each other. It's very chaotic. And in order to win, you must checkmate, TKO, or KO your opponent. You have to either win in chess, or you have to beat the son of a bitch down to where it's like he can't even get up. It's pure chaos. And people, this one's become a little more popular. You see some little social media post about it here and there and some YouTuber events and stuff. So I'm glad to see chess boxing. Chess boxing, I think, dare I say, is one of the cooler ones of these. And you just got to use a little bit of intelligence as well. A guy up there who knows how to fucking play some chess and rock your shit in. That's a deadly combo of a man. Don't hit me! Yeah, I just block with one hand. Or we could do Hip Show. Hip Show is American Gladiators mixed with MMA. It's a sport where 2 teams of 2 fight in a complex arena primed for parkouring and unique confrontations. I guess American Gladiators had obstacles as well, but looks more akin to American Ninja, I think. The arenas contain high platforms, ramps, ropes, and more. Woo! Just gets punched right in the grundle. Oh! Points are accrued throughout the match by throwing opponents, striking, ground and pounding, or taking control of specific obstacles for 10 seconds. And submission and knockdowns are awarded 3 points, while eliminating an opponent is 5 points. They really make it seem like someone died. Submissions or knockdowns are 3 points, and then by eliminating, if you fucking kill someone, they'll give you 2 more points. And it is common for matches to turn into a 2v1 situation, which can be especially brutal. With the rise of popularity of MMA, a new league of MMA fighting was formed, dubbed Trash MMA. This includes a wide array of MMA fighting with a little twist, such as lingerie MMA, midget MMA. Can we even say that? 2-on-2 MMA, and the list goes on and on. I feel like I can't say it anymore because with lingerie, we went immediately into midget. I don't think you can say midget anymore. I mean, I'm sure that's what it's called. I'm just saying do I have to bleep? I have to bleep what I just said? Maybe. But one of the more interesting forms of trash MMA is called shock MMA, which is MMA fighting with tasers.
It's like 14 years old.
I love it. The rules are simple. It's just 2 fighters in a ring with 3 million volt tasers strapped to each hand. There's no judges, skill levels, weight classes, or rules. It's just if you want to strap tasers onto your hands and box someone, you're in. You're in the league, all right? Congratulations, you're dumb. President and founder Michael Alexander said, quote, "We felt it was a natural progression. Boxing begat wrestling. Wrestling begat the MMA. And the next step to extreme fighting would be put true warriors in the ring against each other with 3 million volts of electricity charging out. Winner takes all." I like how he's also assuming he's like, those are not warriors. The guys who have their hands taped with tasers, those are the warriors. Those are the real gladiators. I mean, you can see the actual volts of lightning. What I don't understand about the shock fights, though, is, okay, first off, he's throwing kicks now. Yeah, so this really is no rules. It seems like they're just punching as hard as they can because they know, like, oh, if this piece of plastic gets drived into someone's face, they're gonna go down. The shock has nothing to do with it. Because when you look at them shocking, they're doing and they're just doing like trying to tap him with it, and then they're throwing full punches just trying to get this piece of plastic lodged with little bits of metal lodged in someone's skull. I think almost all of these sports so far, I don't know if we can confirm this or not, but with shock MMA, it makes me think there has to be like death waivers signed, right? On all of these, easily, like just being like, if I die, my family can't sue, blah blah blah.
Isn't that with any combat sport? It's like,
I guess that's true. Well, I guess the thing is that with boxing and stuff, it seems a bit more realistic. Like this is a combat sport, but for like shock MMA, you know, I mean, that's just like murder up there.
I mean, that video does not look like a sanctioned.
No, shock MMA does not look like it's regulated very properly. Unlike our next one, slap fighting. Slap fighting has been around for many years and reportedly began in Russia. No way. I would say out of all of the obscure MMA or like obscure fighting events, I would assume slap boxing is probably the most popular. It's a sport that consists of two people trading slaps to the face, below the eye, but above the chin. It is required that the person being hit does not flinch under the threat of being penalized. You have to just sit there and take it like a man. The opponent then has 60 seconds to recuperate before having their turn to return a slap. If he is knocked down, he has a 10-second count to get back up, similar to boxing. Points are awarded based on strength and effectiveness of the slap, as well as the reaction and recovery speed of the defensive player. One of the early legends in the sport, One of the early legends in the sport is Vasily Dumpling Kamatsky, who was one of the first to go massively viral and kickstart the wider appeal of the sport. 2015, 2016, I feel like I saw a lot of people, like definitely Charlie was doing videos at the time. There's a lot of people covering the underground Russian slap boxing league, the areas that they would have these slap fights in. It did feel like a fight club. Very random. I think they got better over time, but the early stages, very grungy. What started as an underground sport has become a massive money-making machine for the UFC after Dana White saw its potential and created Power Slap. Power Slap, guys, not good. I just want to put that out there. Power Slap is really dumb. This show, while popular, has been heavily criticized due to the violent nature of the knockouts. In a standard MMA or combat sport fight, fighters will attack and defend themselves, but in Power Slap, combatants stand perfectly still while trading slaps until one of them can't go anymore or is knocked out. Let's just have a little montage of slaps. Power Slap has been criticized for a number of reasons, mainly relating to health and safety concerns surrounding the sport, but Dana White insists that the sport is safer than other combat sports, solely due to the fact that there are far less blows taken in Power Slap in comparison.
Governor, what'd you think of that?
I thank God it wasn't me that got slapped.
I would also argue, I'm not a Power Slap connoisseur here, and there's going to be probably a Power Slapper out there who sees this. I'm assuming they're probably just not in as good of shape as regular MMA people. So I'm going to guess the physical conditioning of getting slapped like you would do for other MMA sports probably isn't there. So people getting slapped around are probably getting much more damage, I would assume. I could be wrong. And then Dr. Bennett Amalu, the neuropathologist who is credited with sparking the league-wide changes in the NFL to better protect the brains and heads of athletes due to the discovery of CTE, has heavily criticized this claim. This is what he told The Sun. "It is a very dumb sport. Very stupid and unsafe. It is primitive. To me, such a sport is inconsistent with the intelligence of humans. It is possible that a participant could die from this. Somebody could die or suffer catastrophic brain damage and become a goddamn vegetable." I added the goddamn myself, but... And he continues detailing the serious risk of the type of physical impacts that these Power Slap events have. "It is more dangerous to be slapped where your head rotates than when somebody hits you head on. The brain goes back and forth, twisting itself around the midline. That will damage your brain cells. There is no question. It has an inherent potential to cause this permanent brain damage. Anyone disputing this is being silly and foolish." This is definitely the guy who takes off his white gloves and he's like, "Shame on you, sir." And some fans have echoed this fear, as they believe Power Slap is far too lax on the rules, and because they want bigger and more dramatic knockouts, and because, you know, it's a televised event, so they want bigger slaps, bigger knockouts. It's going to be a recipe for disaster. The first person to die at Power Slap, that's going to be a sad day. And there's currently an open letter by many members of the Brain Injury Association of America calling for Power Slap to be banned, as the injuries sustained in the fights can be much worse than football or boxing brain injuries due to fighters not being able to defend themselves. Some conspiracy theorists believe that Power Slap was created in order to alter the search results for the phrase Dana White slap after a video was leaked of him slapping his wife multiple times at a nightclub. If Dana White created Power Slap to hide the Google and Bing and Ask Jeeves search results for him slapping the shit out of his wife at a nightclub, how could I not be impressed? How could I not be impressed, Nick? Unbelievable. There's an entire world of crazy shit going on behind the scenes. Simple Google or YouTube results will have you finding a lot of crazy stuff out there. So maybe we don't need to watch these obnoxious Netflix events that cost us a shit ton of money and do nothing but put $60 million into Jake Paul's pocket and $20 million into Mike Tyson's pocket. Why don't we try supporting the little guys who wear the night outfits, who get smashed for nothing, only pride, who strangled each other in the back of Honda Civics, their buddies, strangle each other with seatbelts. And Russian people just find ways to beat each other up and kill each other. These, my friends, are the true heroes that we need to be searching out and reaching towards. So next time someone says, oh, you're gonna watch the celebrity YouTuber boxing event? Say no! Let's dig deep down to like E-Bomb's world or something and go watch some Russian MMA. And with that, my friends, I wish you all a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm going to die, and it's going to be over. Who cares about legacy after that? What a big ego. So I'm going to die. I want people to think that I'm this, I'm great. No, we're nothing. We're just dead. We're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing.